Hello guys, now we're gonna remember the present continuous or present progressive is the same, okay? To talk about the present continuous is to use ing in the action. And we're gonna use it every time that you are saying something, an action at the moment speaking. For example, at this moment, I am speaking, okay, or I am reading, okay, I am writing. So all the actions, all of them, read, write, dance, watch, sleep, eat, etc. All of them are going to end with ing, okay? All of the actions are going to end with ing, the gerund ing. And it's the same Spanish, okay? El gerundio ing, pero en español es ando, yendo. Comiendo, bailando, ese ando, yendo, en inglés es el ing. So all the actions are going to end with ing. The difference to use it is going to be in the verb to be. That's why we remember the verb to be before, okay? So according to the verb to be is going to be at the side, okay, next to the verb of the principal action, okay? But the verb to be is going to be depending on what? On the name or the subject or the person or the pronoun that we're going to use in the action in the sentence, right? Remember, he, she, it, the singular form, the third form of the singular is going to be with is. We're going to work with is. If we're talking about I, myself, I'm going to use am. And if you are talking about you, yourself, or about somebody else in plural, you're going to use are. In positive, in negative, or in question. Okay? So, for example, to make the statement or the structure for the sentence, we need the subject. The subject could be a pronoun or a name, okay? Subject, I, or we, or the president, okay? Or the students, okay? And then the verb to be conjugated. The verb to be am, is, or are, depending on the name or the subject or the pronoun, okay? And then the verb with ing, okay? For example, okay? The baby is walking. So the baby is a subject, okay? The baby is because we're talking about one baby, singular, okay? Is. And then walking is the action. Walk, and then we add ing. The baby is walking. And we have the meaning in Spanish here, okay? If it is negative, we're going to say the baby is not walking, okay? Or the baby isn't walking, right? Then if we're making a negative form, okay, we're going to use, for example, here we have, I'm not lying. It's the same if we use the full form, I am not lying, okay? And then the question always begins with an auxiliary, always, okay? And the auxiliary or the verb to be, okay, depends on the pronoun or the name. So that's why we have here, are you crying? If it is a sentence, you're going to say you are crying. But if it is a question, you just make a change, okay? The auxiliary goes first and then the pronoun. Are you crying? Yes, I'm crying. No, I'm not crying. Or yes, we are crying. Or no, we aren't, etc. Okay? So the only thing that you have to do is two things. If it is a sentence, okay, what auxiliary corresponds to the subject or to the name, okay? Singular is, plural are. If you are talking about you, I, okay? And the other thing, if it is a question, remember that the auxiliary goes first. Are or is your mom Teresa? Yes, she is, okay? So first is the pronoun, and then is the auxiliary in a sentence. If it is a question, first is the auxiliary and then the pronoun in a sentence, okay? You need to remember that, okay? You need to remember that, okay? Now, here we have more examples, okay? Of everything, okay? Here we have more examples. In positive, in negative, in questions, okay? And the spelling, okay? Let's see some examples, okay? In positive, okay? I am walking, or the contract form, I'm walking, okay? You are walking, you're walking. So we have the full form and the contract form, okay? We have the complete examples. He is walking, he's walking, she is walking, we are walking, okay? And it's the same if we say Angel and Eric are walking. It's the same as they are walking, okay? Or, for example, if we say Vale is crying, okay, it's the same as she is crying. It's the same, okay? Or it's the same as she's crying. You can use the full form or the contract form. And we have there singular and plural, okay, on the left side, okay? For negative, it's the same, but you only have to add not. Not, the negative always goes in the auxiliary, okay? No vamos a poner I not am. Siempre es el verbo to be, siempre es el verbo to be y luego es el negativo, ¿sí? Y luego ya el verbo con ing. I am not walking, she is not walking, or the contract form, he isn't walking, okay? Or we aren't walking, okay? Now, for the question, as I was saying, the auxiliary goes first, okay? Am I walking? Is he walking? Yes, he is. Or negative, no, he isn't, right? Are we walking? Yes, we are. No, we aren't, okay? So the question always goes the auxiliary and then the pronoun or the name, okay? Because not all the time is a pronoun. We can use the name. And then the action with ing, okay? So the only thing that you have to do is to remember this information. We already saw it in some exercises in the class. But I'm just going to, I just would like that you can review this information, okay? And for last, it's important to see that there are some actions that we're going to take off the last letter and add ing. For example, in the case of go and do, you just add ing, okay? But in the case of leave, the have, of leave, you have to take the E and put ing. Tienes que quitar la E y agregar ing, ¿sí? En leave, en have, ¿sí? En leave de irse, también hay que quitar la E, ¿sí? En el caso de sleep o hit o stop, ¿sí? Hay que duplicar la última letra, ¿sí? Y agregar ing, porque acuérdate que cuando es una sílaba, se agrega la última